So I'm watching something, and the show is titled "The Migratory Path of the Bottlenose Dolphin in the Mediterranean Sea" or something like this, right? I'm like, man, that's interesting. Let's watch that. So what they did is they want to find out where these dolphins go. How long do they spend there? Where do they migrate? Where do they mate? Where do they do all the things that dolphins do? So how do they do this? They got a boat. They bring the boat up next to one. They catch one in a harness. They tag it with a dart, and then they trace it and watch where it goes, right? And I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if we could do that with a maintenance guy. You, sir, you drive the Cushman truck. I'll get the loose, right? And then you get the dart, you shoot him. When he comes to, we'll put a tag and just find out where he goes. So, I went out on a job. I don't know if it's legal if we could do this, by the way. But we go out to a job. I'll run through this real quick with you. We completed the job and traveled to the next job in the maintenance department. We waited for the planner who was handing out the work orders. First violation. Planners were distributing work. So we were waiting. We had to wait because he was on a phone call helping somebody else with today's urgency. So we traveled to the corrective job. That's over here in machining. And on the way, an operator stopped us and he told us about a problem. We had to move inventory to access the machine. We scoped out the job. We traveled back to maintenance to get parts in the CMMS. It says we had them. We looked for them. They weren't on the shelf. We asked the planner to help us find some. Planner calls the vendor. Vendor delivers the parts. We gather our tools, travel back to the machine. There's a big guard on the side of the machine. I need assistance. I go to fabrication, grab my technician. We pull off the guard, then we go to lunch. We hadn't even done anything yet. But we got a lot of things going on, right? After lunch, we worked on the machine. We needed some additional parts, went back to stores, traveled back to stores. We needed some lubricants, went to the lubricant storage area, traveled back to the machine. Vendor delivered the parts. We got a phone call, come and collect them. Went back to the machine, worked on it, verified repair with production. We needed assistance to put the big guard on. We put it back on, cleaned up, followed up, closed out the work order, went back for our next job. Now, first of all, before we start judging whether that was good or bad, how many people think that that's normal? If that's normal, that's not good, right? So I said, what would that migratory path look like on our tag maintenance technician? Here's what it was. That's the travel. That's only motion. You remember there were 7 wastes? This is only 1. This is motion. We're not even looking at scrap defects. We're not looking at over-processing, all those things, right? Wouldn't that be interesting to know? When you look at this, we can actually take all these work orders and find out where the losses are in each job and Pareto them out and look at the productivities at 26%. Interesting. This was a study that we did as part of the value stream mapping. We looked at how many work orders per month and how many hours of work orders did they sit in the queue. How many jobs came in a month, and what was the age of those work orders, and then what was the work orders by execution, planning, and scheduling. We saw that this was the constraint in the organization. Make sense? Every improvement plan got put into a matrix that looked like this. So you can look at the degree of effort, how hard is it to make the change, and how much benefit does it yield. And when you stick these on there, you can go for some quick wins. You can find out which things aren't going to add the greatest value, prioritize those things, and put your people in an organization plan. Lastly, this is OEE, but in maintenance, this is OME. Okay? Overall maintenance effectiveness. Instead of uptime of my machine, I'm looking at utilization of my people. Speed or performance is measured by planning compliance, and first time yield or callbacks is quality. You can measure OME for your maintenance people. All right. Lastly, this is a study. I'm just going to show it to you real fast. 42% we pulled of the labor outside of the maintenance PM program, and we increased or actually decreased the amount of scheduled downtime by 82%. These are all by finding the 7 wastes in each work type. And if you're interested in, I have a document and a report. If you're interested, you can drop a business card. I have a really nice report on all the 7 wastes by work type. We can email it to you if you're interested, and I'll show you where you can download it if you want some more information on that. So that's really how we looked at value stream mapping, identifying, quantifying all of the different losses that you deal with. Does anybody find any relevance in this in your real world? Good. Good. It's a good place to start. 45 minutes is a very limited time to throw all this stuff at you. But good. I suppose that's it. Do you have any questions, or how do you?
We just have a couple of minutes for questions.
Yes.
For a highly reactive organization that you go in to handle those wastes and fill it up with more opportunities and say the 7 wastes, where do you start?
Where do you start? We usually begin the value stream